You're okay, you're okay.
Have you lost your mind?
You don't have to believe me, but I need you to trust me.
Everyone keeps recommending the same sci-fi movies, but some of the best ones are the films nobody's talking about. Hidden beneath the blockbusters are mind-bending stories, brilliant concepts, and unforgettable worlds that most viewers completely missed. These aren't the usual titles you'll find on every best sci-fi list. They're underrated gems that deserve way more attention. If you're tired of hearing the same recommendations over and over, you're about to discover something special. Let's get started. Number 10, The Pod Generation. It is a 2023 science fiction comedy drama directed by Sophie Barth, starring Emilia Clarke and Chiwetel Ejiofor. The narrative centers on a couple living in a technology-driven future who decide to have a child using an artificial womb, known as a pod. The film offers a thoughtful exploration of parenthood, artificial intelligence, and the growing influence of technology on human relationships, supported by sharp social commentary and strong performances. Still, its satirical approach occasionally softens the emotional impact of its central themes. Despite its lighthearted tone, the film raises surprisingly profound questions about the future of family and human connection. Number 9, The Last Days on Mars. It is a 2013 science fiction horror thriller directed by Riri Robinson, starring Liev Schreiber. The narrative centers on a team of astronauts nearing the end of their Mars mission when they discover a mysterious organism capable of turning its victims into violent creatures. The film excels at building tension through its isolated setting, claustrophobic atmosphere, and growing sense of dread. Still, parts of its story follow familiar survival horror conventions. Despite its predictable elements, the film delivers an intense and unsettling vision of terror on the Red Planet. Number 8, Kill Command. It is a 2016 science fiction action horror film directed by Stephen Gomez. The narrative centers on a squad of elite soldiers participating in a training exercise on a remote island where advanced military robots suddenly become hostile. The film combines fast-paced action, impressive visual effects, and timely themes about artificial intelligence and autonomous warfare. Still, its characters are not as deeply developed as its intriguing premise deserves. Despite that shortcoming, the film remains a thrilling showcase of technology gone disastrously wrong. Number 7, Things Will Be Different. It is a 2024 science fiction thriller directed by Michael Felker. The narrative centers on two siblings hiding in a remote farmhouse after a robbery, only to discover that the location is connected to strange temporal anomalies and shifting realities. The film keeps viewers engaged through its clever mystery, unpredictable twists, and gradually unfolding narrative. Still, its complex storytelling may leave some audiences searching for clearer answers. Despite its ambiguity, the film rewards patient viewers with a fascinating and thought-provoking experience. Number 6, Possum. It is a 2018 psychological horror film directed by Matthew Holness, starring Sean Harris. The narrative centers on a troubled puppeteer who returns to his childhood home while carrying a grotesque spider-like puppet that seems tied to his darkest memories. The film relies heavily on atmosphere, psychological tension, and deeply unsettling imagery to create a constant feeling of unease. Still, its deliberately slow pace may not appeal to viewers seeking traditional scares. Despite its restrained approach, the film is a haunting and profoundly disturbing exploration of trauma and fear. Number 5, Elizabeth Harvest. It is a 2018 science fiction psychological thriller directed by Sebastian Gutierrez, starring Abby Lee, Kieran Hines, and Carla Gugino. The narrative centers on a young newlywed who moves into her wealthy husband's luxurious estate, only to become consumed by curiosity about a forbidden room she has been ordered never to enter. The film combines elegant visuals, mounting suspense, and intriguing science fiction concepts that gradually unravel into a disturbing mystery. Still, some of its revelations may feel predictable to seasoned genre fans. Despite its familiar themes, the film delivers a stylish and thought-provoking exploration of identity and obsession. Number 4, ARQ. It is a 2016 science fiction thriller directed by Tony Elliott, starring Robbie Amell and Rachel Taylor. The narrative centers on a man trapped in a repeating time loop during a violent home invasion, forcing him to relive the same events while uncovering layers of betrayal and conspiracy. The film makes excellent use of its limited setting, maintaining suspense through clever twists and an increasingly complex narrative. Still, its modest production scale occasionally limits the scope of its ambitious ideas. Despite its small budget, the film delivers a remarkably intelligent and entertaining time loop adventure. Number 3. Hardcore Henry. It is a 2015 science fiction action film directed by Ilya Naishuller, starring Charlton Copley. The narrative centers on a cybernetically enhanced man who awakens with no memory and embarks on a relentless mission to rescue his wife while battling powerful enemies. The film's first-person perspective creates an exhilarating sense of immersion, turning every chase, shootout, and fight sequence into a pulse-pounding experience. Still, its unconventional camera style may prove exhausting for some viewers. Despite that limitation, the film remains one of the most unique and adrenaline-fueled action spectacles ever made. Number 2. Europa Report. It is a 2013 science fiction thriller directed by Sebastian Cordero. The narrative centers on an international crew of astronauts embarking on a private mission to Jupiter's moon Europa in search of evidence of extraterrestrial life. The film distinguishes itself through scientific realism, documentary-style storytelling, and a constant sense of isolation as the mission slowly unravels. Still, its restrained approach may disappoint viewers expecting large-scale action or spectacle. Despite its quiet nature, the film delivers one of the most believable and compelling space explorations in modern science fiction. Number 1. Upstream Color. It is a 2013 science fiction psychological drama directed by Shane Carruth, who also stars in the film. The narrative centers on two strangers whose lives become mysteriously intertwined after a parasitic organism alters their memories, identities, and connection to the natural world. The film captivates through its dreamlike visuals, unconventional storytelling, and deeply philosophical themes about consciousness and human existence. Still, its abstract narrative demands considerable attention and may leave some viewers confused. Despite its challenging structure, the film is a mesmerizing and unforgettable work of science fiction artistry. And that's the list. 10 underrated sci-fi movies that deserve way more attention than they get. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these hidden gems are you adding to your watch list? And if there's an underrated sci-fi movie you think more people should know about, drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more movie recommendations you won't find everywhere else. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.